The family of a man killed by a tree at an Austin BBQ restaurant is now suing for gross negligence. 64-year-old Kirk Foyle was sitting on the patio at Green Mesquite when he was crushed by a falling tree. Fox 7's Marco Bittnell joining us live from the Travis County Courthouse with the details. Marco.
Well, Alec, Foyle's children feel like their father's death could have been prevented, accusing Green Mesquite and other property owners of failing to address a tree that they claim was dangerous and decaying.
And he just cared so much, and he was just such huge heart.
It was how longtime friends initially described Kirk Foyle to Fox 7.
He's a beautiful person, and everyone's heartbroken.
The 64-year-old was a regular along the busy stretch of Barton Springs.
He had a nickname, the mayor of Barton Springs, if that tells you anything. Every business on this block recognized him.
It was back on May 19th when Foyle was spending the evening at Green Mesquite BBQ. As he sat on the patio, a nearby pecan tree would fall, crushing him underneath. He'd be taken to a nearby hospital where he later died.
I had never really considered the possibility that he wasn't going to make it.
Now, over a month later, Foyle's children are taking legal action. A lawsuit has been filed listing Green Mesquite as well as nearby property owners as defendants, accusing both of them of gross negligence. The lawsuit refers to the tree as the Widowmaker. It sat on a property nearby where the Aspen Hatter is located. Part of the tree loomed overhead of Green Mesquite's barbecue where Foyle would be killed. In the suit, Foyle's family claims the tree showed signs of decay and disease, claiming the tree was in a dangerous condition long enough that the defendants should have known. The Foyles accused Green Mesquite of failing to inspect the safety of their patio, as well as not notifying the property owners of the dangerous condition of the tree. When it comes to the property owners of where the tree was located, the list of accusations becomes even longer. They are accused of failing to inspect the tree for decay, taking the proper steps to treat it, as well as not warning other businesses of its dangerous condition. In total, the family is seeking over $1 million in damages related to the loss of their father, mental anguish, as well as legal and funeral costs.
And the lawsuit also accuses the property owners of where that tree was located of taking out a $960,000 loan just 7 days after Foyle died. And they claim that that could hinder future creditors as this lawsuit continues to play out. You can have those full details on our Fox 7 website. But for now, reporting from the Travis County Courthouse, Marco Bittnell, Fox 7 Austin News.